everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of
Manic Pixie Dream
Women.
We are your hosts,
Lela
and Miraya. And this is the podcast where we talk about all things post-grad, entering into the industry, and our favorite films that have inspired us along the way.
Boom. Mic drop.
Mic drop. And today we will be talking about one of Leila's favorite films that I had never seen.
Pride and Prejudice.
The 2005 version.
So excited.
I am also very excited.
What episode number is this? 8?
7?
I think this is 8.
Really?
No. 7.
I think 7.
7. Math.
Yeah.
We're creatives.
We are artists.
We're not mathematicians.
Yes, indeed.
I'm so excited because I love this movie so much. But before we get into the movie, we're going to do a fun little segment.
Dun, 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 dun.
Insert sound here that we cannot do.
Yes. Also, I would just like to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day.
Hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day yesterday.
Yes. Good research. Forgot which day it was.
I looked ahead in the calendar.
I hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day. And this is part 2 of our Valentine's Day series.
Romance. Absolutely. L'amour.
I would say last week's episode was more sexual, and I would say this week is more passion,
you know what?
romance.
I'm going to disagree with you. This was a very sexual movie.
You know, you're not wrong.
I would say one has Matthew McConaughey and one does not.
What does that imply?
That's the difference between them.
Are you shading?
One has Matthew McFadden and one has Matthew McConaughey. We had the Matthews.
Yes. The Matthews.
Yes.
Anywho.
Okay, wait. Should we jump right into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so last week we had our launch party, which was so fun.
It was so fun.
If you came and you're listening now, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We had a great ball of a time.
Oh, yeah, we danced.
We had lots of
we
danced, we laughed, we drank.
We did.
We took lots of photos. We got some disposable cameras.
We did.
Up in here.
Sure did.
It was a really fun night, and I'm very appreciative to all that came.
Yes.
And to you, Lela. It was fun to celebrate us.
And to you, Miraya.
And to actually release our first episode. We're filming this way in advance. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was a huge accomplishment.
So something we had at the party was this little box. I'm showing the camera box to our listeners.
A
little
cute box.
And we asked our party guests to write us the advice that they wish they'd received post-grad. And I thought it'd be fun. We thought it'd be fun to read them on the podcast.
Oh, yes.
Miraya has not read any of these. I have, but maybe I forgot some. But I'm ready. So this is advice from people. So at the party, there was mostly creative people working in agencies, people who went to school with us. So I would say this is probably pretty sage advice.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I'm excited.
Okay, they're all sticky.
There's so many. Okay.
I know, just pull one.
I feel like Effie Trinket. Do you hear that rustling in the
Katniss
microphone?
Everdeen.
All right. Okay. Our first advice is you can start a career and realize it's not for you. That's okay, heart.
Wait, can I see? I think that's Maria's. This is Maria's hand. Hi, Maria. Shout out, Maria. I recognize your handwriting. Yeah. Okay, thoughts on this advice?
See, I have thoughts. I think this is so true. And I think for me personally, this causes me a lot of anxiety because my first week of acting class, a lot of our teachers would say things like, pretty much every teacher would be like, look around the room. Most of you are not going to be successful.
Damn,
most
the
of you
Hunger
are
Games
not going
for
to be
real.
No, actually.
Most of you will die.
Yeah, literally. And I've been told so much. I don't know if you've been told this or if this is more acting specific, but just like if there is any other career path that you could see yourself doing, do that instead of acting because it's so intense.
I think every writer, actor, etc. who wants to do this has at some point considered like it might not happen for me. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, what's my backup here? What corporate job can I like slog myself to every day?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to believe that.
Yeah. And
if I just refuse it, it's not going to happen.
I'm a stubborn person.
Yeah.
I have been telling people that this is what I'm going to do since I was basically talking. So I don't know. I completely agree with what Maria wrote, and I think that that's a great thing. But I also do believe that even if things are hard, you can persevere, you can push through it. It's a hard industry, but that's okay.
But you can also, if you're not happy doing what you're doing, switch careers, baby. 57 years old, find a new job.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that people think that your life ends pretty early on post grad, but life is so long.
We're gonna have to be so much quicker with these.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. We have a lot. We actually have a lot. I forgot
my turn. We're gonna do maybe more speed round.
Yeah,
vibes.
speed round.
It sounds bleak.
Oh God.
The second one we read. It sounds bleak, but it kind of does depend on who you know, but it also depends on you keeping with it. You're great, keep going. I really do agree with this. I do think it depends a lot on who you know, keeping those connections, and also sticking with it. Don't give up.
Okay, so we should just do we each read
love
one
it.
and then, okay. This one just says, bitches be trippin'. So true.
You know what? True. You will stop being friends with some people. That sounds like a threat. Is this it sounds like past me literally writing this? You will stop being friends with some people, and that's okay. Smiley face. Yeah, true. Friendships change.
Very true. Especially post grad. So much of your life is changing. You can't expect to.
Yeah. But put in the work.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to maintain some connections and have some friends you don't want to leave behind.
It doesn't have to be true, but I will say the one good thing is that if you are in some toxic situations with friends, post-grad is a great opportunity. You don't have to see those people every single day.
You will literally never see them again.
You have a choice in who you're friends with, which I think can be really beautiful. This one says, believe in yourself.
I thought you said bully yourself.
Bully yourself.
Be your best bully. Okay, my turn?
Yeah.
Do more coke.
Who are these people who came to our party? What kind of party was this?
There was no cocaine at our party.
No cocaine.
I need that to be very clear.
I've never done cocaine.
Neither have I. You know what? I'm going to leave this advice up to the viewer. Listen or don't. Personal preference.
Yeah, we won't judge you.
We will not.
This one says, find a man who knows how to do taxes. An accountant, perhaps.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to disagree with that because TurboTax, bitch.
Yeah, TurboTax
you can do your own
amazing.
taxes. I mean, it sucks. Like, obviously, if you can pay a man to do it. I can't even imagine asking like a significant other to do my taxes for me. That's
unless
big
we're
task.
married.
He'd have to ask me so many questions.
Yeah. Anywho.
We don't like that
invasive. Anywho.
Okay. You should care about what you look like every once in a while. That one feels like a direct read on me.
Who wrote that?
I mean, I guess I agree with this. Like, yeah, every once in a while you should care about what you look like. But like, I don't know.
I guess, like, it's important to present yourself to the world in a professional setting in a way that you seem appropriate, but...
Yeah. I guess that's every once in a while.
Do you.
Yeah.
Do you. I also think that professionalism and business casual attire is a scam. That's a whole other thing. I don't know if that was necessary to say. Be excellent to each other.
So true. Bars. I like that word choice though. Be excellent.
I know. I've never heard that.
It kind of sounds like it's like a test.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be excellent to you today, Miraya.
Yeah. Anywho.
Okay. Other people's success is not your failure. What's meant for you will not pass you by. That is so true. Whichever queen wrote this. I know it's queen by the handwriting. Yeah, I think that's especially like in this industry. So many times there's so much jealousy and like you see other people doing what you want to be doing and you're just like, please put me in coach. I can do it. But I guess everyone's has their own timing and path.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. It says, touch more titties and rock on.
Power to the people.
So true.
So true. Nothing is ever personal. Well, some things are. But I get, like, don't take things personally if you don't have to. Like, if it's, like, it's you taking it personally as opposed to being meant personally. Yeah. But, like, some things are personal. If somebody's breaking up with you, that's they don't like you personally. You know what I mean?
Damn.
It's not like a business decision.
Someone's listening to this episode having just been dumped, and they're like,
you know what? Actually, don't listen to my. This is not sage advice. No, I'm kidding.
So with a personal thing, I went to a leadership workshop today for my
Yes.
job, and I didn't agree with most of the things that were said. Shout out to any coworkers who are listening if you are. But one thing that I did think was interesting was we were talking about giving feedback as a manager, and the person who was leading the workshop was like, feedback is never personal. It's not about your personality. And I thought,
Sometimes it is.
sometimes it is.
I mean, the thing is, though, like, you can't give feedback. I mean, you can try to tell somebody, hey, in a nice way. I don't know how to do it. I've not been a manager. But, like, hey, you're just, like, really annoying. But, like, you can try to be like, hey, when you're doing this, can you, like, maybe work on, like, I don't know, figure out, like, a professional way to say it. But, like, that's a personal thing you're attacking.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, 24 hours coworkers, get back to work. What are you doing?
Okay, someone didn't write advice, but they just wrote that they wish they learned how to date around just to get advice and how to leave after. I don't know what that means.
Wait, let me see it. I guess, like, dating around to figure out how to date around and then, like, how to successfully leave after without, like, forming an attachment. What are you guys okay?
I think we need to check in with our
So,
friends.
I will say that sounds like people need to be, like, fucking more. That's their, like, I wish I had fucked more in college. True.
True.
My turn.
Oh, sorry.
It's a long one. Oh, God. Figure out what you are and aren't willing to sacrifice to achieve your dreams, and don't cross that boundary because you are more important than your achievements.
But I think that's interesting. I think that in the industry, it can take a lot out of you, and so it's good to know with the first one that we read,
Yeah.
what your boundaries are and if you're
Yeah, like,
comfortable
make
with
sure
that.
you're protecting what's important to you,
Yeah.
even if it means, like,
And your mental health and physical well-being. So
we talk about that in our second episode.
yes, we do.
If you haven't listened
Callback.
yet, I don't know why you're on number 7.
Hmm.
I would hope you'd listened.
This one says, if you choose something that pays the bills, you'll for sure move to New York City and pay rent, but there will always be this hole deep inside you. Rip.
I don't think it's going to be shocking to say that, like, none of us have made it yet. Are you surprised?
Damn.
We're all still trying.
See, this is
I feel
why
like we're a little more hopeful than the rest of our friends. They're like, so there's going to be a void inside of you.
Yeah. I mean, think this I
true.
respect this of like there's always this question of, do you want to go down this artist path or do you want to pay the bills? And that really feels like a clear distinction.
Yeah.
And you can go down the path that quote unquote to some could seem easier of being able to pay the bills, but there might still always be this yearning inside of you to
I guess that's one
follow
of the
your
other advice, though.
dreams.
Stay the course. Keep going, you know
keep
what I mean?
going. Even when things get hard, it will pay off.
Yes.
I sure dang hope so.
Okay. Fuck the haters. Literally and figuratively.
A lot of sex.
Enemies to lovers.
I really hope that
'Cause when
people
are you-
met each other at this party and had sex because it sounds like they really needed it.
Well, they really needed it in college.
True. This one says love yourself above all.
True.
So true.
Love that one.
I'm gonna take this one with me.
Put it on the mirror.
Yeah.
Living at home is cool. Retweet.
Honestly,
I would so live at home if I could.
Oh my god, same. If I could live at home and not have to pay rent, I think that there's such a judgment in college of people who like live with their parents post grad. Bro. Also, most of the coolest people I know live at home.
It's also kind of a very American thing because, like, in Europe,
Yeah, people do
which is
that.
where my family lives.
Yeah.
The culture is very much like you kind of stay at home, which is like its own like cross to bear and it's like its own right. But like it's a very American ideal that like you need to be out of the home by 18 or like, you know, doing your own thing.
Yeah. It's financially
Yeah.
reasonable.
And maybe you just love your family.
Yeah. Make a clean break.
Okay.
What does that mean?
This could probably apply to a bunch
From
of things.
college?
I'm thinking like, you know, of like breakups.
Mm.
Like, you know, don't revisit stuff that like isn't serving you anymore.
Yeah.
Make a clean break
Make a clean break.
if you need to.
You need to.
Okay. Don't take life so seriously. It's not worth the stress. At the same time, though, like, my life is pretty serious.
Yeah, but I do appreciate that
I get what they're
sentiment
saying.
in terms of like everything at our age feels
Like,
like
hey,
the craziest thing ever.
relax, kid. Nobody makes it out of here alive. Like that quote.
Ooh, I like that one. We do all die. Let's get nihilistic
Do
in
all die.
here.
I think it became that a while ago.
Okay. Don't take your decisions too seriously. Okay. Sometimes
kind of same vibe as last one.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like decisions do matter. But you know what? That's okay.
We're very like playing both sides here with every piece of advice. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And whatever outlook you want to have while doing it. Do it, baby.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Yeah. Don't take things too seriously.
Oh.
Okay, so I think we should like 3 people have kind of said like, hey,
Maybe
it's
it's good
not
for
so
us.
serious. It does remind me of like when I was in high school and I was like so stressed out about like my AP tests and like my SATs and like all the stuff that seems so important. And then like, obviously now where I'm sitting, I'm like, oh girl, like you should have just taken a nap or like it's going to be okay. In that regard, I definitely like understand this sort of retrospection of like, it's all going to work out okay. Like you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I feel like most decisions that we're making right now, maybe 1 or 2 out of like 100 is actually important, but like in a year, we're not going to remember these, let alone in 10 years when we like actually have hopefully fruitful careers.
And usually you can like change the path that like that decision set you on. You know what I mean?
That's true. Nothing's set in stone.
Besides death.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Thought this was going to be a joyful, positive.
I don't know why we thought that though.
Whoa! Don't take anything too seriously.
What the hell? Okay, guys, stop taking things seriously.
Maybe this is good for us to. I think this is good for me.
I feel like I already have applied that to my life.
I don't think I have.
Okay. Real life is hard. Friendships end. You will cry a lot. But so will everyone else. You'll just be fine in the end.
Aw.
I agree. We just,
sweet.
So a lot of friendships have ended. If you're still in school, count your friendships days.
No. I feel like I've kept most of my college friends who I was friends with when I graduated.
Yeah, college. I haven't kept my high school friends, I would say.
Oh, high school friends. No.
Friendships end.
Friendships do end.
People change.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It's just people change. That's that. True. People move away. This one I really like. It says eat more fiber.
Oh my God. Actually, probably the best advice in this.
Oh my God.
Take better care of your body, kids.
I have had on and off hemorrhoids since last spring. I need to apply this advice to
Preparation H, sponsor us.
Oh my God, bro. They hurt. And I thought I was going to die. I really thought I had butt cancer. Turns out, no. I just need to eat more fiber.
Yeah. Like old people.
Yeah.
I think there's like a SpongeBob episode where like he eats more fiber. It's like this gray stuff. Well, no, it's Mermaid Man who eats more fiber.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe that's why I don't like fiber when I think about it.
There is a pandemic on the way and your parents are getting divorced. That's a very personal one, I think.
Oh my God, wait. Let me see this handwriting.
Hopefully there's not a pandemic on the way, like if there's someone giving, there's not another one. But yeah, that would have been good advice to know. I mean, can you imagine though? You wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have wanted to know either of these things.
And your parents
especially the
divorced.
pandemic one.
That's
I would have
so funny. The way they tagged that on at the end, like,
Yeah.
oh, and
your parents
getting divorced.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
your parents aren't divorced yet. What are they doing?
Yeah. Bro.
Whose parents were still married when you're an adult?
Not me.
Not me.
This one. How to file taxes as a freelancer and how to write your artist rider if you're unassigned.
Very specific.
Unsigned.
Unassigned.
Unassigned.
Maybe the freelancers out there will take that one.
Yeah, I can't help you out with it.
I don't get it either.
So
So learn how to do that.
Slay.
Don't work yourself to death. So true.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Take a break.
Take
Listen
a
to
break.
this podcast
Run
on your break.
away with us for the summer. I have been back in my Hamilton phase.
Oh,
Okay.
it was Hamilton?
It's really bad.
Didn't even know.
really bad. I don't like Hamilton. I don't appreciate what it stands for. And then Lin-Manuel Miranda is a war
Count your
criminal.
days.
Anyhow, no, he's
It's a
not.
war criminal.
That was really intense.
Whoa. Henry Kissinger. Lin-Manuel Miranda. What do those two have in common?
Colombia. Me encantó.
It's quiet uptown. Have pity.
Look at my son.
Look at my son.
Pride is not.
Move on. Move on. Okay.
No, but for real, me and my roommate were having a really bad day, and we were like, let's watch something light and fun. And then we put on Hamilton and watched the whole thing.
What? Neither light nor fun. Would like to point that out.
That's when you know I'm in a bad place. If I'm willingly watching all
You're
of
like, hey,
Hamilton.
I need to like just chill. Let's put on Hamilton.
Yeah, and then the next couple of days I would listen to it on the subway and cry. Here's the next piece of advice. I got us derailed. Life is long. Do what you want and need. Live by your beliefs. Enjoy and go. Enjoy? Drag? What is the last word?
I think it says drugs. Enjoy drugs.
No, that was such a good one, and then they really just had to.
I mean, most drugs are fun. Scary time to be doing them.
Anywho,
Anywho,
has anyone told you you have beautiful teeth?
yes. Thank you so much. Many
So
people.
welcome. You do. You really have beautiful teeth.
Thank you.
How do you keep them so white?
I just brush them.
Damn.
It's genetics. My mom has really white
Croatian.
teeth.
Oh,
My dad has terrible teeth.
okay.
He
Interesting.
had to get veneers. Hey, Dad.
Oh, veneers scare me.
I mean, his teeth are totally real.
Mm.
Okay. How the fuck to merge onto the highway?
Don't
ask
look at me.
her. No, that's scary. But like, I don't
It's
know.
so
If you've been
scary.
driving, how long post grad? Or you? I mean, we obviously were not driving a lot in college, but like, this is definitely you need to learn this.
I feel targeted.
It's really scary to merge into the highway, but like, we believe in you.
Okay. I don't know if I believe in you because I don't believe in myself with this one.
Then you need this advice.
I got my driver's license when I turned 21, you
Come
guys.
on, driver's license last week.
We're really
Just
musical.
like
We should have a
we
musical
always-
episode, you guys.
Okay.
But I
You
got my
guys
driver's
talking to me.
license.
What am I saying? No. I'm like the litmus test for the whole audience. Yes. Very good.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't drive. I grew up in the city, if that wasn't clear.
You're a virgin who can't drive.
That was my key. I had a keychain that said that for a while. I got it with my mom.
Then you crossed off virgin, and now you can cross off can't drive.
This one says, you don't know everything, idiot. In parentheses, it says idiot.
True. Idiot. Me talking to myself.
I mean, yeah. I think that's good to know.
Dumb.
We're constant learners.
Yeah, you don't know everything.
Even though you graduated
will never.
college, you're a lifelong learner, as they say.
Nothing changes unless you do. Okay. I love that one.
Like nothing in your career, or
No, just like I think I'm taking it more like personally, like if there are certain patterns, like they're not going to change unless you change.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I like that. I like that accountability.
Yeah, like you're waiting for other things to change when like you need to change.
True. So no matter how much you intern, you may not get your dream job, bro.
I think this is a great thing of like how hard it is to do what we want to do.
But also the person who wrote this is still young in their career.
Oh no, but it's mean like, you know, it's not easy for most people.
Yeah, no, it's not easy at all. But I'm just saying this person
We're young.
might still get their dream
Give
job
me
one
a
day.
second.
It's just
I need to get my story straight. Okay. You can change your hair. You can change your clothes. You can change your mind. That's not what it says. It says stop smoking so much weed.
That was really good. That was
Cute. I
really
thought about
good.
that. I was like, I'm gonna do it.
That was really good.
Yeah. I didn't have this problem in college.
Can I see the handwriting? Yeah.
It's like it's Mariah, but she forgot because she smoked so much weed.
Hey, I've actually never smoked weed in my life. Or done an edible. I've never been high. And I feel superior to... No, I'm kidding. You can change your mind.
Is that actually what it says?
Yeah.
Right after I said that?
Yeah.
I should share that
crazy.
one. That would be funny. Okay, this is the last one. Hopefully it's good. Okay, it is good. The people you work with matter more than the job. I definitely like I don't know if it's necessarily if I agree with matter more, but like it definitely is a huge factor.
Yeah,
because like
for
you can have a
sure.
shitty ass job, but like the people you're with can make it bearable. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I worked a very boring job for like almost 2 years, and like part of the reason I even stayed so long was because I loved the people so much.
Yeah. And I think as artists and as filmmakers,
Artistes, yes.
artists, it does really matter who you
Auteurs.
collaborate with and
Absolutely.
bringing people onto projects. You want to work with people that you love,
who uplift you.
Yes. Who inspire you.
Yep.
Who are hard workers.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely super important.
That's why we're disbanding the podcast. I'm sick of Mariah.
What do you say?
That's why we're disbanding the podcast.
That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
I love how you
I
sped
made a
along with
stink
it.
eye at the camera. So we're listening.
Okay, so that's all the advice. Had definitely
That
a
was amazing.
stronger negative tone than I was anticipating.
There was some positivity
Some
in there,
positives,
though,
but I think
too.
it's like typically when you look back on like your past self, you typically only have like here's what you've done wrong as
Yeah,
opposed
that's
to like
true.
here's what you've done right. Where I think it's like also like be kinder to your past self.
Yeah,
She didn't know what was going on.
for
She
sure.
couldn't have.
And I think it also goes to show that everyone who's at our party is at this similar career level that we
There's
are
not one
at.
person who's like make 10 million faster or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it just goes to show we're not alone.
Yeah. And
Everyone's
you're
in
not
the
alone.
same vibe as we are currently right
Totally.
now.
And if you're not,
Good for you.
good for you.
Please help us.
If you're not,
Please.
maybe don't leave a comment. Maybe just pretend to be one of us.
Oh.
Thanks.
But yeah, thank you for all of the people who wrote to us.
Should we move to Pride and Prejudice?
Yes, we shall.
I'm so excited. Okay.
Me too. I'm just gonna move
Just for the girlies, just some background on Pride and Prejudice if you haven't seen it. This is the version released in 2005, directed by Joe Wright, starring Keira Knightley and Matthew McFadden. And
Succession fame.
Of Succession fame, but this was first, so of Pride and Prejudice fame. Calm
down.
And basically it follows the Bennet family, specifically Elizabeth Bennet, and she meets Mr. Darcy, but they hate each other. They've sworn to loathe each other for all eternity. But some things happen that shifts her perception, her prejudices, could we say, about his pride.
Ooh.
And of course they fall in love, and it's really cute.
Yes. And I think it goes without saying it's based on the 1813 novel by Jane Austen.
Very true.
Very true.
Niche author.
Yeah, you might not have her. She's a little known author, little known book.
Little gal.
She was very small.
Very petite. I also want to say there's a very famous version, I don't remember when it was released, like 1995 maybe, with Colin Firth and Jennifer Earle. I don't know how to say her last name.
I don't know her.
If you're British, look away. But I've
Earle?
not seen that.
Jennifer L.
Yeah, I've not seen that. I know a lot of people are very, very fond of that one. I've not seen it. I plan to, but we will only be discussing the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So stay away.
Do you want to discuss when you first saw this movie and how you came to love it?
Sure. It's not a big backstory here.
Okay.
I'll be brief. But basically I remember watching it on TV when I was like, it was on TV and I was like maybe 12 and I was like, let me stick around and watch it. And it was so long and I was so lost and just like, I think just too young to really grasp the mechanics of even like the dialogue. Because a lot of it's very quick, very almost like you might miss it if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
So I was like, ew. And then I guess at some point I just rewatched it because I was like, okay, everybody loves this movie. I'm missing something. Like I remember not liking it. And I watched it and I was like, oh, because it's really fucking cute.
Yeah.
And I've loved it ever since.
Hell yeah. I had never seen it before and I loved it.
Yay!
So
I did see your
good.
Letterboxd rating of 4.5 stars and I was like,
Yeah.
What
I
about the
thought it was
half,
so
though?
sweet. I only reserve 5 stars for a movie if I think it's absolutely perfect. I'm very picky.
I want to first mention the score because the score opens us up onto the film. and it's so beautiful. Did you like? It's so peaceful. It like matches the setting so much, and like there's so much beautiful English countryside.
Oh my god.
Did you feel this way about all about the score? Like when he's like even at the end,
See,
or was it just like there for
I
you?
can't. Yeah, it was just there for me.
Okay,
But I'm sure it was beautiful and stunning. It was just not. I don't. Typically,
No,
the score is not what I.
Oscar nominated, but whatever. I guess you
Okay.
know better.
Yeah, maybe I do. Maybe I do.
I also okay.
Awkward silence.
Awkward silence. I'm not actually mad. I'm just furious.
Oh, and we will loathe each other for eternity.
Well, I want to say I think this script has really, really efficient characterization. Because, like, you know, there's a lot of sisters in the Bennett family. There's like 5, I think.
Yeah.
And literally the first scene, like, I wrote down, I was like, look how easy it is. The first scene, like, it's like panning through the house. You see each sister doing her own little thing. Like, one of them's at the piano, one of them's reading. The 2 little ones are kind of like giggling and walking around. And it's so, I was like, look how easy it is. We kind of know who they are already. Like, you know, they found like the one thing to like define them. Like, look how simple it is to like, and A, endear us, and B, show us who your characters are.
Yeah. I really like that. I wrote, one of my notes was, sorry, I don't know why my throat is messed up. One of my notes was sisterhood with the heart hand emoji.
Yeah.
I don't have a sister. You have 2.
I do.
But I was like, this is so sweet. Like, I love the scene when Lizzie and Jane are underneath the sheets and they're talking. And
that was really cute.
just their whole dynamic. I feel like I read Pride and Prejudice in 10th grade and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it was because it was in a class. Maybe it was over my head.
Yeah.
But so I honestly was a little nervous to watch this just because I was like, I didn't really like the book. Is it going to be, it's long. Is it going to be boring? Whatever. But it felt really real and very modern while still staying true to the original book.
Yeah. So this was actually like definitely when it was like written and marketed and stuff, it was marketed as like a, you know, more youthful modern take on it, you know. That's why like they even changed like the and word to being the ampersand. So it's like modern. And on the poster it didn't say like the classic like Jane Austen. It said like from the producers of Bridget Jones's Diary.
Oh, interesting.
I guess it was because like to appeal to like the younger audience of like, hey, we've got this, but like it's gonna be like just kind of set in a long ago time, you know.
Yeah,
they tried to really modernize it, which they cut a lot of like the storylines from the book to kind of centralize it.
Yeah, it was because I remember I think the book is just a lot more complicated, and so I think I like that they streamlined it, and it was very to the point of this happens and this happens, rather than in the book it's like so many different lines.
Totally. I also like, obviously Keira Knightley is the lead. You're gonna hate me when I say this. She was 20 years old during it, nominated for Best Actress at the Oscars for this role at 20. She's like the 3rd youngest to ever be nominated for a Best Actress Oscar.
You know, Inside Out.
Yeah?
I can feel a small woman in my brain throwing things right now.
Literally. Well, because also Keira Knightley is so beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
She's so beautiful. And they were like, ooh, she's too pretty. Let's give her a little bad bang. And they tried. They gave her that terrible bang. It did not work.
Yeah.
She's simply too beautiful. The face of Chanel.
And she's just so unique looking too.
Yeah.
Like I miss that. Like I feel like so many actresses just get the same plastic surgery and they'll all have the same little nose.
Veneers.
And like she just looks like a real person. I love her teeth.
That's another thing. Yeah. People have been complaining. I mean, I'm one of them complaining about like, you know, why are you all getting veneers? You don't need them. If you like veneers are just like, unless your teeth are literally like decaying, you know, you don't need like cosmetic veneers.
Don't
your teeth are
shave
beautiful.
Your teeth down.
Also, as an actor, I do think it like inhibits you because it's like, well, I'm not gonna be watching a period piece with, you know, now Sam Claflin got his and it's like, hey,
yeah, like did we talk about the Daisy Jones and the Six controversy on TikTok? Where there was this woman, I guess a lot of people, but I saw one woman specifically talk about this, that Daisy Jones and the Six, which came out this past year, it's set in the 70s, and she was saying that a lot of the actresses, because they've gotten very like 2020 plastic surgery, they don't look like they could be from the 70s.
Yeah.
So it really takes you out.
People had, I will say, I think it's like a sort of like non-uniformity.
Yeah.
Like people like had very distinct faces as opposed to like, oh, let's give her a perfect nose.
Yeah, and like giant blossoming lips. And
Yeah. Your imperfections make you beautiful.
they really do.
They do. They also like they add, if you're an actor, like, you know, they add to projects.
Yeah, and then you can move your face too.
Which I really appreciate.
That's
Keira
nice.
Knightley has not gotten veneers
Yeah.
as of this date. Please don't. We love your teeth, Keira.
Yeah.
But also a crazy supporting cast.
yes.
We have Rosamund Pike.
Yes.
She's 26, by the
She's
way.
beautiful.
Beautiful in this.
Talk about beautiful.
I mean, she's always beautiful, but
Yeah.
like she's so like her hair is so
She's
pretty.
so stunning, yeah.
Jenna Malone.
Yeah. Okay, shout out to the Hunger Games, President
Yeah.
Snow, and
Oh my
what's
God,
her
right,
name? What is
yeah.
who does Jenna Malone play? What's her name?
Lydia.
No, in the Hunger Games.
I do not remember.
So, well,
Yeah,
So-
President Snow. But also Carrie Mulligan,
Mulligan.
and like this is her first feature role.
I was wondering because
She's-
I was like, she
she's
looks so
young.
young.
I know. And also Mary, the one of the last sister. Her name is Tallulah Riley.
Oh,
She's Elon Musk's ex-wife.
okay. I was like, why does that name sound familiar to me?
And she's
Oh.
now
Dating
engaged
the guy from
or
Love-
married to the guy from Love Actually.
That's so
Thomas
funny.
Brody Sangster.
Little kid.
Yeah.
Aw. Okay.
Who was
Random.
in Love Actually with Keira Knightley. 6
It
Degrees
all
of Keira Knightley. I know.
connects. And that was before
That was before.
Pride and Prejudice, right? Because Keira Knightley was what, 18?
18.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
2003.
crazy.
Um,
Whatever.
yeah, so I thought that was so funny. Also, I did want to say, I guess this is my like non-opinionated portion, but like, so Mr. Bingley,
Mm-hmm.
Simon Woods is his name, the ginger guy,
Mm.
in real life is Rosamund Pike's ex-boyfriend at
Do they
this
say-
time.
Oh,
When
at
they're
the
filming, they'd
time.
already broken up. I know, right? So this bitch has to accept like a marriage
Oh my
proposal
God,
from
and
her
that scene is so beautiful.
boyfriend. They must have been acting the house down,
Oh my God,
baby.
like her smile when
I
she's
know.
like crying.
I
her
wonder if
tears,
that
like-
was difficult. Like, truly, I don't know. I feel like they were kind of amicable or like, you know, friends after. I mean, they had to have been. Because, like, how do you act on that set every day and you're like falling in. That director, man, he was like, oh, you two did. Perfect.
That's
Which
gonna be
actually, after this movie, guess who got engaged to Rosamund Pike? The director, Joe Wright.
Oh,
They were
And-
engaged.
but they didn't last.
No, they did not last.
Interesting.
I know.
Very interesting.
Isn't that
I love the
tea?
tea of this movie.
He's watching and she's like, wow, she's really pretty.
yeah.
She's 26 though, so it's like she's a marriageable age.
Okay, good to know. We gotta shout out the TikTok sounds. Like, I'm 27.
I
have
was wondering if you clocked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 27 years of age. I'm already a burden to my parents.
I have no
money and no,
no
prospects. I'm already a burden
So
to
true.
my parents.
So true.
Okay, you should say something. I've been talking so long.
No, I really appreciate all of that tea.
Thank
that was
you.
beautiful.
Thank
I really loved it. I think we have to talk about the hand acting of it all.
Yes, I wanted to get your opinion on this because this is really divided.
It's divided.
Yeah, because a lot of people want to know, like, have different kind of opinions on what the hand means when he touches her hand, and then he shakes it out afterward.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if like how much discourse you've heard about this hand.
I haven't heard too much. I
Okay.
just know that it exists.
Okay, so basically, like, also like the reaction like she has too is because like nobody touched bare hands back then. Like they were always had gloves on or something. So that was like a very intimate thing that he
Yeah.
like gave her his hand and like they touched
Yeah.
like bare skin.
Yeah.
Why do you think he like did that after like shook out his hand after he touched hers?
I think it's because he was uncomfortable and he was like, "Oh, I just touched her hand."
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, definitely I think it's a degree of uncomfortability.
Yeah.
But I do think it's also like I feel like he's almost trying to like shake off his feelings for her.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
He's like starting to be into her. And he's
I
like
love it.
her impropriety of her birth.
And I love there's a shot of just his hand when she's running.
Yes, down the
off.
stairs. He's the definition of yearning to me.
Yes.
Like where are the yearners? Bring back yearning men. Because
Yes.
like
We have too many simps. We have too many incels. We're the yearners.
yeah, he's such a yearner. Ugh, I love him.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's just so good. I really love I feel like the direction of this movie is like superb.
Okay, this is his first feature. This is his directorial debut of a feature.
Oh.
He'd only directed like music videos and TV before this.
What has he done since?
Atonement,
Okay, I haven't seen it.
also with Keira Knightley. He likes to
Okay.
work with the same people. He's done like, I mean, definitely other stuff, but like I know Atonement for me is like the most
Yeah. Okay, interesting.
up there.
Because I noticed so many things, and like it might be the writing as well, but I love the scene when Mr. Collins and Lizzie are dancing and how they keep trying, like he
The
keeps trying to
talking?
talk to each other,
Yes.
and it's like so stilted because they like every time they go back they're not talking, and then they come together, and then it's immediately followed with Lizzie dancing with Mr. Darcy, and it's so fluid and the way they're talking. I was just like, that's so
When
beautiful.
the room, like the rest of like, there's a shot and like it's just them two in the room.
Mm-hmm. I love the specificity of it all. Like when right after what Lydia gets married, they're
To
all
Mr.
getting
Wickham?
dinner.
Yeah.
And she's like bragging about it. She takes like a big glug of the wine, and then Lizzie like like very stealthily
Switches it?
switches the wine and the water, like stuff like that. I just
There
really
were
appreciate.
so many, I feel like, tiny things. Like, for
Yeah.
instance, one thing that I clocked that I really admired, and I don't know how much of this is the director or like the actor Matthew McFadden,
Yeah.
but the way he stood as a character to me was, I was like, oh my God. So Mr. Darcy's like a very insecure guy. That's like a
Yeah.
big thing for him. And so the way that he's standing, when he's standing still a lot of the time, is very like, I was like, oh my God, he looks like a portrait. Like he's standing like in like how you would pose for a portrait, like in like an 18th century painter or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, like he's posing like in a studied way because like he's insecure.
Yeah.
So like he's thought about like where he's gonna place himself, and like I just love that attention to the detail of like how would he stand?
Yeah. And then it brings back to when she looks at him, his statue, and it's like,
Yeah.
he's a statuesque figure. Like, ooh. Oh my God, the acting was so good. Like, I love at the end when he like says, I love you, and he like stutters. Yeah.
love
And
you.
you can see in his eyes, he's like panicking. It's like,
I love you've bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. I never wish to be part of you from this day on. Oh my God.
I think
I'm
I just
watching
fell
it,
in love
like-
with you.
I know.
Bro.
So this movie, I love this man. He, first of all, he needs a bang. Can I just say though, he looks really good with a bang. This actor, because like as compared to like Succession, he's like just a guy.
Yeah.
This is like the only movie I'm attracted to him in. Sorry.
It's crazy.
I also just remember Joe Wright also did Anna Karenina, also with
Oh,
Keira
I have
Knightley.
seen Anna Karenina.
And
I
also
saw it.
Matthew McFadden. He's got a mustache.
Is
in
it?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it because I was obsessed with Jude Law at the time. I did not like the movie; it was too long for me. But
Ooh,
I was
I wanna
also
watch it.
13.
Oh yeah.
Oh
wait, to go back to the Moors, the last scene,
Yes.
because you just mentioned it. I love the way, like, so that scene to me is so like it's cinema, when he's like bounding across the foggy moors as the dawn is breaking. It's so beautiful, and he's like so kind of like disheveled for him. Like you can tell he just like threw that coat on as soon as he heard that like she wouldn't commit to like not marrying him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, the last scene. When she's like, only call me Mrs. Darcy.
When you were totally incandescently happy.
That was a good Keira Knightley impression, actually. That was crazy,
you.
the way your mouth contorted.
You can't do that.
And then he kisses her.
Mrs. Darcy.
I don't think we ever seen them kiss on the lips, which is interesting.
At the very end.
They do
that
kiss on the
scene.
lips? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody turned it off early.
Damn.
So that scene like isn't in like some versions though. They added it like after the fact.
Oh.
That last little snippet of them.
Really? Interesting. I loved it. I feel like I was gonna say, first off, this movie is just beautiful. The setting is beautiful. I love the wide shots.
Ugh.
The ultra wides.
Gorge.
Bring them back. This is the
Ultra
one
wide
fault
shots.
of like computers.
It reminds me of Denis Villeneuve.
What?
Denis Villeneuve.
What the fuck is that?
The director? Who directed like Arrival and Dune.
I've never seen either of those. I think we
Cesario?
were talking about doing Arrival at some point.
Never heard of Denis
I've never
Villeneuve?
seen Arrival.
Okay. Anyway, he does a lot of those like big sweeping sort of shots.
Okay, yeah, I
So
love
watch
that.
some of him.
I love that.
I think Arrival is on my list of favorites that you hadn't seen.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that one
Yeah,
one day.
100%. Let's do it. But yeah, so those were all my thoughts. I loved it. I thought it was really amazing. I loved how funny it was.
Yeah.
I was really quite surprised. I loved talk about Succession, the zoom-ins, the random zoom-ins that they would do.
Like on who?
Like when Lizzie is at Mr. Collins's place and then Mr. Darcy walks in and he walks through the door and the camera just zooms in on him.
Yeah.
Like they do that a lot of just like,
I did like that too.
it makes it have more of a modern feel and also is a little bit more comedic in a fun way.
Yeah.
There were so many funny moments.
Almost like in a sitcom-y way, right?
Yeah.
Like The Office.
Yeah, exactly. I really loved it. I thought it was a really beautiful movie.
Yay.
Yeah.
I have everybody must have hated the Bennett sisters. It girls, like they were just beautiful. They got all the wealthy men. They must have been sick of them.
I love that. Talking about humor. Where is it? Oh, they're at Mr. Collins's place. It's right at the beginning of the movie. And then their little like call boy or whatever is like, and may I announce Mrs. Bennett and Miss Bennett and Miss Bennett
and a Miss Bennett. Yeah. That is cute. And also the line of Mr. Collins is, I found myself repeating, I can't remember how exactly how it goes, but it's like, I don't think I've ever had such fine potatoes in all my life. Potatoes are exquisite.
I love Mr. Bingley.
Yeah?
Little redhead
To me,
boy.
he looks a bit too modern.
Oh.
Like I'm looking at it, maybe it's his hairstyle.
Maybe.
It's like coiffed up.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, ooh, sneak. What are you doing here?
I just like how awkward he is. Like I love the scene where he's practicing with Mr. Darcy.
That was really cute. Seeing like their friendship.
And I love the proposal scene. Okay, I know we already talked about the proposal scene, but like I just love the way that it cuts right when he gets on the knee. When he's like they're standing apart from each other.
Whose proposal scene?
Mr. Bingley.
Oh, and Jane.
Okay. They're standing completely across from each other and it's just a wide shot. And then he starts saying something to her and then he like walks closer to her and then he gets down on one knee and then it immediately cuts. Like you don't even actually see him propose. I thought that was so
Well, and then
smart.
you see her answer, right?
Yeah, you see her answer.
She's like, yes.
Yeah. But like I just love the cutaway and just I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was
it's a great to me, it's almost like a great example, like if you were to like study filmmaking and like editing. You know what I mean? It seems like a very cleverly directed and edited movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like every element, you rarely see a movie where it feels like every element is just so perfect.
Yeah.
The one person, maybe this is why I didn't give it 5 stars. The one person whose acting I didn't really love was Charlotte.
Who's Charlotte?
She's the one who marries Mr. Collins.
Oh, was her name Charlotte?
Yeah.
She was fine.
I thought she was like she was giving too much. She was being a little too performative.
Okay.
Anyway. If you're watching, no, I'm kidding.
What did you think of, I loved Mr. Bennett. Like, he's the definition of like a girl dad.
It's so funny because I was just in my Hunger Games era.
Yeah. He's such a bad guy.
Yeah, so it was just so funny watching it because I was like,
it's Donald Sutherland.
I feel so conflicted because I'm like so used to you being an evil man.
To me, he's just so cute here. Like, I actually, like, at the end when she's like, I love that he's on her side, of course. Like, he's like her advocate and she's clearly his favorite, Elizabeth. And at the end, like, when she's like, I've misjudged him and like, I love him, like, can I marry him? And I literally like started crying a little bit because he's like, I cannot believe anyone could ever deserve you, but you know.
That's
I would
really
not
sweet.
have parted with you for anyone else. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's really, that is so sweet.
Fathers
and how
today
it just, like,
can't say that shit. You're talking 1817 or whatever.
So true.
Progressive alert.
And then him just like tears in his eyes, like they're on the brim. It's so sweet. And I love the scene where Mrs. Bennett is trying to convince Lizzie to marry Mr. Collins and get Mr. Bennett to like have her agree. And he's like, you will be parting with one parent today. Either your mother if you do not marry him and me if you do.
Yeah, and then she's like, thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa. Yeah, and I was watching it and I was like, I'm so Elizabeth coded. I was like, I like to read.
True.
I'm like, you know, different. She's kind of a pick-me girl a little bit. She's like, I'm plain and your accent is so good. Thank you. Yeah. The way she kind of read Lady Catherine de Bourgh to Phil.
Oh, yes.
Judi Dench.
Slay Judi Dench.
Oh my God. That scene at the end, I just love her speaking voice.
I love
Like when
Judi
she's
Dench.
like just attacking Elizabeth.
Yeah,
I love that. Like her acting is
good.
just so good.
So good. Also, we might have a mistletoe sighting right now.
Oh,
Mistletoe.
what is she looking at?
Yeah, I don't.
She'll do
there's
this. She'll just like
absolutely
look at stuff. The
Does
other
that
day she
freak you
sat
out?
here next to me and stared at the ceiling for like an hour.
It's a ghost. Last thoughts, last words.
I have two things.
Okay.
It was nominated at the Oscars, if I
So-
wanted to say, for Best Art Direction,
Ooh.
Best Costume Design,
Yes.
Best Original Score, and Best Actress for Keira Knightley. It won 0.
Oh,
Reese Witherspoon won Best Actress for Walk the Line.
I
that
love
year.
Walk the Line. Have
I've
you seen
actually
Walk the Line?
Not while I was sentient.
Oh my god, it's so good. Not while you were sentient, but when you were not sentient.
I was in the womb.
Yeah. It's really good.
Okay.
Although,
Did you think she deserved the Oscar?
honestly, yeah, I think the role is a little bit more intense than Lizzie Bennett.
Okay,
Like
fair.
Lizzie Bennett, like Keira Knightley slayed, but I feel like it is pretty like one
Yeah.
note of like
Okay, fair.
hello. Whereas Walk the Line is more like
Mr. Darcy.
Joaquin Phoenix, what have you done?
And that's how she's going to judge Oscar voter. That's how she's going to vote on her Oscar nominations.
Yeah,
in the future.
Academy, count me in. So
My thoughts on the movie, that's all I had. I
is
love
this
this
a 10 out of
movie.
10 for you?
Yeah.
So
Like it's like better every time I watch it.
I'll give it a 9.75 out of 10.
Oh shit. Okay. That's
I
pretty
quite
good.
liked it. It's really nice. Yeah. So, okay, well, shall we talk about our goals for next week? Oh, wait. How did our goals for last week go? It was just to enjoy the podcast launch?
I don't think I'm even having goals anymore. I have no
Oh.
goals.
Oh. Okay.
No, I have goals, but like, I don't know. I'm not doing them.
So,
I'm working on my stuff, but like it's not having what is she doing?
Mistletoe is still staring at the ceiling.
Literally, you're being so weird.
Anywho. Okay, so.
She's looking right at camera. Well, there was one thing I wanted to say.
Okay.
And this is so, because like, this is kind of random. But I guess in light of our advice, it's sort of related. I'm, going through reading someone's work that I went to college with that I haven't read in like a couple years, since graduation. And it honestly got me like choked up a bit. Like I hadn't even read her work yet, but just like knowing that like I've seen her work while she was in college and like I've kind of like I get to witness her evolution, and it just made me so like, it's so beautiful the way that like we're all just like supporting each other and like we're all just trying to do what we want to do, like because we love doing it. Like,
Yeah.
my friend working on a play just because. You know what I mean? It's just like I was like so touched that I was like, I got to see your work in college, and now I get to see it, as your voice has developed, as all of ours do when we graduate and continue to. And like hopefully I'll get to see it like on a stage one day. I'm just like so excited to like see everybody's journey.
Yeah. No, that's so true. I have been having the same thing with our friend Fuad,
Oh yeah.
where he's going to be performing his musical at Joe's Pub twice, which is a theater in the public, which is a huge, massive deal.
Yeah.
And so I've just been like I was
I
going to
was
say weepy
there.
mess. I mean, that would be a little dramatic. But like genuinely, like whenever I think too hard about it, I start to tear up because I'm like,
Well, you've also known Fuad so long.
I've known Fuad since we were 6. And so it's just like so amazing to see like we are surrounded by such talented friends, and to see them be able to like actually get their work out, and like, I don't know, it's just really special to be in the beginnings of our careers all together and to like watch that
It is.
happen.
Yeah.
Slay.
Slay.
So yeah. I don't know what my goal is for next week.
Hey, don't take things too seriously.
Yeah. With that, we're not going to take things too seriously. We're doing the thing. I have like a bunch of like, I feel like I don't have a specific goal because I have like a bunch of like actual things lined up for this week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I have a production meeting for my short on Friday. I have some things I have to do for my mom and I's play. I'll get those things done.
Yeah,
And I
that's
wanna,
exactly my vibe too, where I'm like, I could say to you, oh, my goal is to have, 30 pages written.
yeah.
That's probably not going to happen, but I'll work on it.
Yeah, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. I feel like I'm like really getting in the midst of like navigating doing like, because as we've talked about, like we're both doing so many different projects and so many different things just to like try to plant seeds and like
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what sprouts, as you said.
Yeah.
And so I feel like for me this week, I guess, is about navigating like having 2 jobs and
Yeah.
like having these like this podcast, like 3 main projects that I'm working on,
Yeah.
navigating how to have that and also have a healthy work-life balance.
Absolutely.
So maybe that will be my goal, is to just try to like figure out how to balance that in a healthy way.
Yeah. I also just like have more trust in myself, where like I'm
Yeah.
not, I don't know, I guess I know myself better in the sense that like I'm thinking, I know I can get it done. I've done it
Yeah.
before. I know I'm a hard worker and I want it, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, and like every person's different. So if that's what works for you, slay. I
Yeah.
know for me it's nice to have like a specific set to-do list,
Yeah.
just because otherwise I won't do it. But like if you know you don't need to like have a specific goal, then slay.
Yeah. Well, if I could, you're my past self in a
Yeah.
way.
Oh my
'cause
god.
You're younger.
Please,
So
please.
you'll get here one day.
Okay, thank you.
That was a weird way to say that. I didn't mean that like you'll get to meet one day. I meant like maybe your way of doing work will change.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, thank you so much for listening and watching, you guys.
Yeah, that was Pride and Prejudice.
We're nearing our 10th episode.
Ooh.
That's exciting. We have a big one coming up for you guys.
Ooh, we do.
So that's quite
The finale.
riveting. Yes.
Yeah, but next week we'll be talking about Mariah's favorite
2001: A Space Odyssey.
that I have not seen, and I'm very excited because I read
I'm
the
really
book
excited.
and I loved it. So
Ooh, and I haven't read
High
the book,
hopes.
so that's interesting.
interesting.
Very interesting.
Hmm.
We'll have a lot to discuss.
Yes.
Open the pod bay doors. How?
Okay.
And with that, goodbye.
Goodbye.